Today's we're talking side dishes. My version of Spanish rice. What it is we got long grain rice, a couple of long grain rice, and also with it we have 2 cups of chicken stock. I like to use chicken stock. You can use water if you want, but I like to have a little flavor. The chicken stock have a little bit of flavor. With chicken stock, best to use is kind of like when you're actually boiling your own chicken. Throw some stuff in it, like salt it all up when you're boiling it. It flavors it, and then just take the top parts off of it. Anyways, you take the top off of it. It's, that floaty stuff on top. You take that off, and then you save it. All right. So the ratio on rice is going to be 1 for 2. So whatever, as far as rice you make, like 1 cup of rice I got here, I'm gonna have 2 cups of chicken stock or water, or your preference, whichever way you want to do that. You can even use vegetable stock if you wanted to do that. So if you're gonna have 2 cups of rice, then you're gonna have 4 cups of the chicken stock or vegetable stock or water. Okay. Also, I'm gonna throw in an onion. I just for more flavoring. I cut them up into big chunks just so that, you know, my wife and my kids don't really like onions in it. So what they do is it gives them a way to pick it out. I don't mind it, so you can I cut it up real nice and thin myself, but they like it that way. All right. Also, what I'm gonna need is also tomato sauce. Not tomato paste, tomato sauce. I use for 1 cup of rice, I'll use an 8-ounce can, smaller can. If you're gonna do 2 cups of rice, then you go a little bit higher. So you go 16 ounces of the tomato sauce. All right. I like to do a little extra, adding little things to the rice. I'll add like frozen peas, or you can actually even put in frozen corn, or if you want to do mixed corn, I've seen that happen too. If you have not mixed corn, but like mixed vegetables. Also, I've seen people do. I've done it in the past is kind of make a complete meal out of the rice. Is if you have like leftover, like let's say pork steaks or just like steaks or whatever, if you have that, just cut them up into little chunks and then put them in there as well. Or if you have like chicken, even have chicken, you can actually just shred it up or whatever, or cut them up or chop it up, loosely chop them up and then put them in there as well, and then mix it all up as you add it. At the same time as when we're going to add the frozen peas. All right, let's get cooking. All right, so we brought all the ingredients over here to the stove, and we just got a good frying pan. And so what we're gonna do is just go ahead and we're gonna bring it to high heat. So what we're trying to do is we want to brown the rice first. I like to just go ahead and throw the rice in there first, because that way, when you use vegetable oil. You don't want to use olive oil or anything like that, because olive oil cooks faster and stuff, or burns faster. So you want to use like vegetable oil. So what I like to do is I'll pour the oil in so that I get a good ratio of not too much oil in the pan itself. So it's a good ratio of all I want to do is cover the rice. You don't want to add too much oil, because if you add too much oil, what's going to happen is at the end you'll have like a greasy rice. So you don't want to do that. All right. So what we're going to do is just going to wait. We're going to keep it high and just wait till we start seeing like a tannish color, and I'll show you after once we get to that point. Okay, what we're really looking for. Okay. Right now we're just scraping it up the sides little by little, just making sure that we keep it down at the bottom. It's going to start bubbling here and there, but we're just going to keep moving them around until we start seeing it turn brown or tanning up. I do like a little shimmy thing just so I can make it so everything kind of slides back down to the bottom. And see, as you're noticing, they're starting to get tan. You'll see some darker ones, and then you'll see some tannish ones. It's no longer white anymore. They're actually getting tannish. So you just want to keep it going until that happens, or just a little bit longer. See how it's starting to turn colors? Starting to turn, some parts are turning darker than darker brown or regular brown, not dark brown. You don't want to get dark brown. If you get dark brown, then it's you burned it. All right, so at this part, see, it's getting like a tannish color. Everything's getting tan. So at this point, it's going to be, this part is a little scary for everybody. So what you probably want to do is, you have two ways of doing this because it's pretty hot heat or pretty hot oil. And what we're going to do now at this point, we're going to add the liquid. And so a lot of things, if you want to, just shut off the stove. That way, you know, as it kind of goes high or all over the place, you can just turn it off for now. And it's, and you'll get that sound. And not people get scared on that one. So if you want to turn off the stove on that, you can, and then just turn it back on. So that way, it's not too scary. And then you kind of just move around the rice a little bit in the water. And what I did is moved it back to high again, because I want to bring it all back to a boil. At this time, like I said, I added the chicken stock, the two cups of chicken stock, and then I added the tomato sauce, right? Just dump it all in there. And just mix it all in. Just mix it, just keep stirring it little by little. Just kind of little small circles to get a good mix in there, not just, don't go too hard, like long mixes, because then you'll splash it all over the place. You don't want to do that. Alright, so it looks pretty good on there, right? So at this part is I go ahead and add the onions. See how big they are? I chop them up pretty big. That's the way my wife likes them. Big old chunks. Pull them out. Alright, like I said, that's all just going to give us flavor. Okay. And at this point as well, is like I was telling you, as far as adding the peas, or like if you got any meat or you got that, you can add that. So what I do is I just add the peas at this time. You can buy any kind of peas, frozen peas, really. And really, this one was it's a 2-pound bag. I added half of it. You can just, whatever peas you can find at the store, or if, like I said, corn or whatnot. If you want corn, if you want mixed vegetables, that's what you add at this time. And so, and then you can add the meat at this time, like I said before. And then I just add a little bit of salt. I just kind of salt it lightly. I don't want to add too much salt, is because once you cook it all up and you get it, you can add salt afterwards. And it's to everybody's taste. So some people will like not more salt than others, and so that way it gives them their choice of adding how much salt they want. And if you have like other stuff that you have with mixer with the rice, like we'll do another video on mole. You can add the sauce of the mole onto the rice, and that's a good taste on that. So you can have other things flavor the rice as well. So that way, that's why I don't put that much salt in it. So right now I'm just waiting for it to come to a boil, come to a good boil. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it down to like a low heat. And then I'll put the top on it, and then we'll just wait for 15 minutes. So we'll just right now wait for it to come to a boil. All right, so at this point, like I said, I put frozen peas in there, so I just wanted it to come to a boil. It's starting to boil off to the sides and stuff, and that's okay, right? That's pretty much it right there. So once I'll just add the top on it, and then I'll bring it down to low. And then right now we'll just wait 15 minutes. And then from there on, we'll see how it comes out. All right, after 15 minutes, we look at it. If it doesn't come too well, that's okay. Just put the top back on it and let it go, keep going some more if it's still kind of a little watery and stuff. And then we just keep going that way, all right? And we'll see you then when it gets done. All right, so it's been 10 minutes. Let's take a look at it. Move the thing away from you so that way the steam comes off to the side. Turn this off, and this is Look at that. That's what you're looking for. All right, so let's just see about plating some of this, and then we'll go from there. All right. So like I said, here's the chunks and stuff that, like my wife, she just goes in and digs them out. But other than that, I like it myself, to be honest with you. So hot. Oh, it's good. All right, there you go. Spanish rice, or my rendition of Spanish rice. All right, enjoy. Right, ready?
Huh?
So after 15 minutes, we look at it. If it doesn't come too well, I mean, that's okay. Just put the top back on it and let it go, keep going some more if it's still kind of a little watery and stuff. And then we just keep going that way, all right? And we'll see you then when it gets done.